Okay. So focus cam, right? I think I might have Photoshop still going. Yeah. Yeah. See, this is how I do my thumbnails. You just save these. That's save time though. So this one, right? So we got this panel here. So it's just a heads up. So today is Discord critiques, right? Just a reminder, if you want to join in, you don't know how, go to dynastyempire.com, join the Discord. There's a channel called Stream-Critiques, and you can get your work critiqued. As a little bit of a tip, being specific on what you want feedback on will help you and me get you the right feedback. Makes sense, right? Now, the stream is going until 10. We've got basically an hour and 45 minutes, right? After that, at 10 o'clock, War Dog, being part of the Empire Collective, which is the stream Twitch group that we have, will be doing hard surface portfolio critiques and concept art portfolio critiques. So if you want to keep on with like feedback and critiques and more stuff, there's a whole other stream right after that, and I'll be sure to raid that channel as well. So should be pretty cool. Ollie crits. Jade's gonna be there as well. Oh, the art isn't even updated. Oh, why? I have to. It's important that we fix this. So you see this, these are the cards. This is how this works. I'm just gonna point to the oh yeah, it's not updating. Well, Jade's gonna critique everything is what she said. So anyways, let's get into this because we're just burning time here. Hey, Trash dude, what's up, man? Thanks for the tier 1. Hello. Okay, so yep, we get Photoshop up here, and let's just create a new. Sure. Oh, look at my face. Oh, so bright. Okay, so first up, right off the bat, let's kill this music too. Just gonna get that going. So we got DEFCON. Work on his current scene, Imageger, Google Photos link too. Interesting. Is that for? Oh, hey, I kind of like this, DEFCON. You gonna lose your vision? I'm so sorry. So this is pretty cool, the way you're presenting this. This is looking pretty nice. So Super Soaker, oh, that's the next one, Ghost Detector. So this is your current scene. This looks pretty cool. I've been getting little teasers of this scene lately, and there's some cool stuff in here. Mainly looking at stuff like, can I zoom in on this? Yes, I can. Maru Defense Industry. That's pretty sick. So this is DEFCON. DEFCON, if you're in chat, just holler. You can drop the link in chat as well if you would like to share it with chat. This is looking pretty nice though, man. What's happening here? Okay. Dude, look at those details, right? So I think the only thing I would say is it's quite clean. Ooh, that radio though, with the little screen. And I know it's clean because I think you're still getting everything textured, right? You've got some stuff that's still getting put together. The labels still have the grid on them. It's looking really nice. Let's hide me for a little bit here. But this is looking great. The quality of the assets is really high. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, that wall. So wait, is this a different side of the wall? Where are we at here? What is this? Bro. So you know what I really like about this is a great way to not only show your content, but also make environments. But then at the same time, just use the same gun over again, but do something different with the skin, right? And this presentation is super slick. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, this is looking good. Ollie's stoked. Yeah, you saw guns. With every possible asset. Dude, see that's the thing is you can save your content, right? You can use it again. That's the greatest thing. Like I wonder how many unique things are actually on this wall. We got safe door. Dude. It's really nice stuff though. Yeah, I would say that right now it's the material choices for a room like this is interesting to me because I would have expected like darker walls and maybe like a darker floor or like a protection pad for if you drop something and it like nicks the floor. Look at this. uh made made in the Empire, is that what it says? Dude. I think that's all I can zoom in under there. Yeah, it definitely feels like a family room that was converted for sure. Really cool though, man. I think the only thing that's really sticking out to me, of course, there's the cleanliness of it, but it's it is the room that's been converted but not fully converted. Like I feel like this person would have taped up the walls, and maybe there's not too much of a story, or like darken the walls or something, right? It just yeah. Where's the boots? Wait, hang on. I see no boots. At some point, I want to see boots. Ooh, there's something back there. But dude, this looks sick, man. It's coming along really nicely. Lighting is really good, and your material and like bake quality is way the hell up there. So nice job on that. I'm pretty sure you should try and get this whole gun wall into um what is it, Sketchfab, and just like bookmark all the guns so that you can hop around your gun wall. I think that would be so cool. I don't know if it'll retain that quality, but like bake the lighting maybe, and then you could go for it. But just maybe add a little bit more story in here, other than this is some person's weapons room. Maybe there's like, is he a paranoid person, or is he like, is there plot maps and or like secret tunnels to safety? Is there a hatch here that can pop open, but it's just like a little hook? Looks great though, man. Nice job. Nice job. Ghost detector. So I'll be. I don't have much more feedback on that. But yeah, dude, it's really nice. Ghost detector, dude. That got made quick, man. Nice materials too. It's like Pixar meets Rambo. Oh man, just the way that the text is wearing. This brings back weird memories. So I guess you didn't go for a, oh man, you got some crazy stretchage going on here. So I think that's probably where you're at your weakest with this asset. It's just like you can see how like the grid is like stretching a lot here, and it's just adding some seams where you can, so that way you can straighten out pieces. And I mean, it looks like you've straightened out quite a bit of the parts, but there's some areas where like this canister could. Don't show the UVs. No, unless you're super proud of them, right? If you're super proud of your UVs, show them. But all that's going to happen is you're setting yourself, when you show UVs, they better be good. Is basically what you know what I mean. Very cool though. Very cool. I kind of wish it looked like it was more used, not just with like that, but like um maybe like a marker on it that showed that this gun was owned by Madu or something like that, or like it just got the person who uses it just got done in battle, right? So there's water all over it, just droplets, and oh man. Yeah, Paul knows. Paul knows. All of you, of course, is another gun, man. Of course. Blood. Super soakers filled with blood. Is a vampire night out, man. That's all. So we got Martin next. Martin Marchenko? Marchenko? Pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. Dude, that painting. Oh man. So this came quite a ways from the last time I saw it. There's a few things that logically feel strange to me, as well as some like textile density stuff going on here. But let me read your message here first. It's like, hey, here's an update from what you saw in the last Discord critique stream. I would love to get some more critique on this in terms of materials, lighting, composition. Would really appreciate it. So first off, the patterns of the damage on the wall is it throws me off because I don't understand what type of damage this is, and the scale feels really strange to me. That painting is post Empire Meetup 2022. The spider web is a nice touch, and I think it just needs to be maybe pinned in a few more spots so it feels like it's, that it's webbed out. Add laser sights to that super soaker. That's amazing. The damage is the same on the ceiling. I do like this crack, but the resolution feels really low, and the contrast of it is so dark that it competes with the painting. The painting as well, like with it being dark like it is, it's still, I wouldn't say it would be, you wouldn't want it to be too dark, right? And yeah, Axel in chat saying there's no clear focal or focus point. Like if I copy this and we just go here, let me make sure this pastes correctly. Yeah, cool. You never know what's in your bin after work, you know? So we'll just scale this in. Yeah, so there's not really any clear focal point, and I mean, I would almost argue that Nomad. There's scarier things than that, Nomad. I would hide this whole back area. Like, I like that it's there, and it's just a matter of keeping it dark enough, you know? Let's just, and then we'll maybe we'll do that. So it's like the lights are off back there, right? Instead of, it's like I painted with lighting. Anime Den. What? And the other thing is the ceiling is really bright. So that's another one of those where I guess I expect the focus, I think, to be on the table. So you want everything looking here is what it feels like to me, right? And then the other thing I was going to comment on is the pipes that are exposed on the outside. Super strange to me. But yeah, it's like bringing the focus to what you want us to look at. That's key. And I also feel like it's very low. It's like you want, what is it? So you can see the space here from the bottom of the leg to the edge of the frame. It's like you want that space to maybe be like maybe that much, if that makes sense. I think that would be a little bit stronger because you want to frame it up a little bit more on the, like if I click, you can see this brings it a little bit more into the third. And I would argue you even want it more. But yeah. Ooh, Nomad. I would actually turn all the lighting off all the lights off and have the TV illuminating the table, and then just have the shadow of someone sitting there, and the glow of the TV on the glasses. Done. I think the detail on this table though is super cool. It's super cool. But yeah, I think the number one problem is the focal point, knowing where to look at. All right, next up we've got Robert. Robert, I actually added you on LinkedIn, I think, just like today. This is the key shot of my project set up in the way I wanted to post it on ArtStation. I would love to get your first impressions of it. What are your feelings, and what is the feeling you get when you're looking at it? It's cozy, like a slice of life type of game. It also gives me a painting feel, and I think it's the way that these details here pop, and everything has just kind of got like a soft feel to it. Where it breaks is over here. Actually, this is where I start to notice geometry again. Aj, how you doing? This looks really nice though. This isn't a painting. Yeah, you can see it starts to break down back here. But yeah, the foliage is really nice. And I almost feel like you either, let's see. Oh, this isn't gonna work at all. Okay. I love the framing, by the way. Nice way of using the text without it feeling strange. It looks like it's all part of the design. I would take this building and literally move it to like here. Is that, you know? I'm just gonna kind of try and blend it in a little. But I think it would do better there. Because right now it's really close to the side here. Or yeah, or just have mountains. But like, yeah, I can't wait for the articles showing how you made this foliage. No, it does look really nice. I guess it also depends on what you want us to focus on. Right now, I focus here, and then I look at this. Do you want us to look at this? Do you want us to look at the building, or this part here? Because the other thing you can do is like you can push these shapes to have a little bit more of a rim to them. And if you don't want to do that in the lighting, you might be able to pull it off in the shader. Let me just make a mask here. We'll just... Ugh, wrong way. Just getting it to pop out just a little bit more might be too much. Let's see here. You can see I always zoom out like this. You can get like a window. Where is it? The preview window. I forget what that window is called. Adjustments, brush, history, histogram, info. Flip the image. I still really like the building here. Because you know, when you look at it with the building there, let's do it like this. The building's here, right? The diagonal is this pile of wood here. Like it makes me look at this spot, which is like the flip. Compare the rim light of the tree. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, these are very different rim light actions happening here. Overall, it's very strong though. I think if you left everything, I would shift the building. I would shift the building and then maybe grab some trees or something. Beautiful. Nailed it. Nailed it. Let's push it back as well. Yeah, cool. But yeah, this looks really nice. Well done. So you can use, if you flip the trees this way, then you're doing this. Now you have this leading here, then you have this, and with the assistance of these trees, you have it leading back to the building as well. And then you're like, hey, cool, very nice. The colors and the feeling is super nice. I would see if you can soften up the building's edges somehow. Even if it's just adding some like really wide bevels because it's so far away, that'll really, I think, blend it in much more and it won't pop out like it is now. Yeah, cool, very nice. Okay, what's next here? This is a thumbnail. Oh, right, I did not see this. This is the thumbnail I want to use for it. That's an interesting thumbnail. Let's open that up. So there are two scenes. I mean, I really like this. I would advise against splitting it. Because if it's a series, I would use the Mindshift logo as the series. It's the same scene. If it's the same scene, I would still just use the top one. Mark, buddy, you are next, sir. Oh, dude. All right. So is this actually grandma's drill? That wood material looks really nice. At least it feels good to me. There's a lot of interaction happening where I expect it to happen. What I love about these videos is you pause them and it's literally like a screenshot. I don't know. I assume this is relatively small. Yeah. The weld lines feel really tiny to me. I think that's the thing that is sticking out to me right now. This is also a very, very close shot. I think if you're going to get the camera this close and you're wanting to show that information, you should be getting some detail normals on here. Definitely. Doc, buddy, that 10 gift, you gotta calm down, man. No, thank you very much. Thank you. If you guys got a gift, love you, man. Love you too. Join the Discord if you're and if you're already in there and you just got a sub, there's a channel in there for you that's just full of people's pets. Just make sure you connect them. Hey, Diamond, how you doing? Yeah, so this, I do like the sticker. I'm a little weirded out that the sticker's roughness is, it still needs to be different, and I think even on the rougher area, this would be different from the paint. That's paint, right? Yeah. Yeah, and that's all in here. See, from this distance, it looks great. But I think this is just too close. Like, you don't need to be that close. Like, this one looks super nice. This is a 4K image as well. Dude, look at that. Look how crispy that is. This is also a really good touch here. Really nice job with the paint damage, and the roughness difference between the metal and the paint is really nice. Let's go in here and just I'll show you some of the stuff that you can do to like push your asset a little bit further. So you can, so we're at 100 zoom right here, right? And if you alt drag this layer up, we go to filter, we could do other and then do a high pass. You can crunch this radius down to really tight values, hit OK, and then just do an overlay. And you'll see it like sharpens up areas. And then of course it's like it's a little crazy. It's a little overly sharp, I would say. And I actually don't think you need to do it because this is quite crispy already. But if there's areas where you're like, man, it's really blurry and I just want it to, I don't want that, you know, you turn that on, you see it's there. So all you do is you add a mask to it, invert that mask, and then just go with a soft brush and paint where it's not holding up, but you know it looks how it looks. You know, ooh, you don't want to go too crazy because this is, I mean, this is post work, and for the most part, I wouldn't say it's a no-no, but at a certain point, you'll be lying, right? But you didn't do it with a mask? Ah, yeah. Yeah, because then you can control, like, especially if you want someone to look at, like, just the center here, you can sharpen that up, right? Or you can have it kind of pop on the corners here. Or just like this bolt, you can really crispify. You can crisp it up. Yeah, there I see some grain directions on here when looking at it this close that kind of make you wonder how that's happening. But like especially in those highlights, that's like the perfect area because you can see like right here, sharpening these spots up, it's just gonna give you that crunch, like a fresh bowl of cereal just poured the milk in, you know. What did you do? The gray layer, then overlay? Yeah, so you just basically, I dupe the layer, alt drag it up. I go to filter, others, high pass. And then your high pass is basically like you just tightening up those edges. Like it could go really subtle as well. Or you can go pretty broad. Try out the effects and see how it works. And then just do an overlay and you'll see the difference immediately, right? And then you just put a mask, invert the mask, and then paint in on that mask where you want the sharpening to occur. Yeah, super cool. Isn't that illegal? No. I mean, you made the asset, right? If you made the asset and you're not going too crazy, because you can also you can do the same with like a bloom if you wanted to. You dupe the layer, put it on top of this, and then do a blur. Actually, let's right click and convert this to a smart object. And the reason we're doing that is then you can do a blur and a Gaussian blur. You can blur it as much as you want. And then because it's a smart mask, you can come back to the blur and edit it again. Now the reason we have the blur is so that you can do an overlay, or sorry, a screen, and you get that bloom going on, and then you could go back here and like tone the bloom back, get it just the right amount of bloom you want. And then I think you can, yeah, you can still put a mask on this, invert that mask, and then go in and paint your bloom in. You're like, yeah, I want it here, and I want a bloom hit there and there, that spot. And then you go in, and then you turn this all the way down in the opacity, and then just kind of turn up just a bit, just to get that bling, you know. You can do a similar thing in Painter. Yeah, you could crisp up the image or the texture itself. Anyways, just some stuff to think about. See, if you put the bloom on the top of this as well, you can remove the I need to do a Photoshop video on this. Let's see here. Okay. Is it Masab? Let me see here. I didn't have anything in specific to ask. I'd just like to know what your general thoughts are. So I can't critique portfolios. I think I have the panel here. Yeah, so we don't do portfolios in this part of the stream, but what I usually do to kind of make up for it, so that, because sometimes you wait in chat just to find out that I don't accept portfolios for the Discord critiques. So I'll go in and I'll grab a single piece from here. Let's grab this clock. Look at that. Oh no, I got a message I need to read. Foozle, what's up? Did you get home? You all good? Hey, hey, hey. Where do I post stream critiques? I mean, you posted in the right spot, didn't you? You're good. You did it right. So this looks really nice. The food's amazing. Victory, guys. Homemade meatballs. Let's go. First time I've tried that. So these feel a little soft, and I think was this done in ZBrush or is this actually done in Painter? Oh, get out of here, Ollie. I want some meatballs, some more meatballs. I've got 2 more that are taunting me right here, but I had to start the stream, so they're just sitting there looking at me. So the damaged wood looks really nice, and I think it's just a matter of like getting that to kind of correlate with the other pieces that are near it. Dangerous life I'm living here. I mean, it keeps me going, man. You know, keeps me going. These edges are very soft though, and I think it's either the way you're sculpting it, and then you're not creasing those edges enough, or you need to, or if it's a stamp, that height map stamp is just too soft on the edge. The other thing to think about is like the resolution or the size of the grain that you're showing on the side, and we can count these edges, right? And I know that there's this big emphasis on like not using too much particle. What's up, man? You sculpted those manually? Okay, so yeah, you just need to be creasing those edges, or pinching them just to tighten up that bevel on the inner, the convex side or the concave side of it, because it does feel really soft. It's cool though. It's a cool design. This area looks really, really nice. I was gonna say like the poly count, just add enough so that you can't count it. If you can count the edges, then it's not enough. And I don't think you have to worry too much about poly count as long as you're utilizing it to the level of like it's so that it looks good, right? You probably only need to add like 2 or 3 more edge loops in here, and it would be round it's not like you have to add like 20 in here. Like this area looks pretty good. That looks really nice. But yeah, it's really about how all of the materials kind of read and interact with each other, and then how they how you present that in the roughness as well. Oh, dude, cool. The inside. Seeing the inside here, man, this is where you see all the little dead, like the dust and the dead flies and stuff that got caught in here. It's like when you open up a light to a fixture to change the light bulb, and it's just a freaking graveyard at the bottom. Huh. Gross. See, these look really aged as well, and I think instead of that type of corrosive damage, you would probably just do that in the roughness, and that would be more than enough. Because this looks like it's been fighting like the elements, you know. Pretty cool though. Very nice. Yeah, I think where the weaknesses show in this is it just your understanding of materials and like how that material reads. Very nice. Very nice. Keep it up, man. All right, Judd's posting for Miranda. Curious herself. Oh, dude. Okay. Let's go. So we got two lighting scenarios. I actually like the daytime more, and I think it's just because it gives you a better sense of the space, right? Like what's behind things. It gives you a better three-dimensional sense, I guess is the way to put it. Looking out for, so right now this feels like, dude, look at that, the Empire thing here, and then game dev discussions here. It's awesome. So right now these images are quite, I don't know if it's me. Let me see here. No, the images are just really low res. But the things I want to point out are the logics and like what you're trying to build. Because if you make up everything but inspire it from different places, it has this high potential early on in your skills to just look like a random mashing of stuff. It's like when you kit bash, but you don't know how to unify the assets. But like you have this building back here, for example. I'm not sure what this is. It's like maybe the continuation of this bridge. So you've got like different types of architecture. The scale feels like it is all right. There's some steps here that go up to a door, and there's a window there. The height of a window being the same height as a door is quite strange, but it's those types of things, and getting that sense of distance and depth in there as well. So like Polygon saying a lack of medium and small details, lots of structural elements that need a detail pass as well. Yeah, a lot of this stuff. Is that a cat? No, what is that? Feels like a cat. That's crazy. A lot of the stuff is just asking to be like described to you, if that makes sense. So like this roof here, for example, this to me looks like a block out. Like that edge is sharp. You've got a material on it to let me know it's a roof, and that's as far as you'd taken it. So it's like pushing the design and the understanding of like how these pieces would rest on top, what's under that, how it curves under. What's up, hangover guy? I hope you're not hungover. That's not a good feeling, man. And then like this building's made of wood, I guess. But then this door looks like the same wood. It looks like this whole building was given the same wood material, and maybe there's like an ambient occlusion bake on there. But it's very, very low res, so it becomes really difficult to understand where things are breaking down and where they look good already. Like for example, this metal here, I'm assuming this is metal, looks really dark. Like the albedo for it is probably too dark. If these are pipes, man, that's some crazy pipes. See, if you go with pipes like that, I would expect maybe the pipes to be that same style everywhere. So like these pipes here should just be bigger versions of the same type of piping, right? And like the movement and the shapes of the nature of these pipes, seeing those in here, because I'm getting like, oh, what did I do? I'm getting like this Photoshop's freaking out on me, guys. Do you see this? Are you seeing this? Going in again. Anyways, it's the consistency of all of the things that are happening in the scene, right? There's crazy different contrasts between materials, architectural style, the complexity of the sidewalk that you want to break down. There's only grass in certain spots where you expect maybe like to have little tufts of grass in here as well. I mean, this is super broken down, so I would expect this whole area to be kind of dirt and grass. And then the style and scale of the stairs versus the scale of the door and where the handle is. Like make sure you're dragging a character in there. That way you can get like really into it and understand the scale of everything. Like if there's a tree here, there's another tree there. I think like looking at the design of like, man, you could make up a city just like this, but just go and find a street in an area where you like the way it's laid out. Like these are where all the trees are, and this is where crosswalks are, and this is where like doors are at. but then build it the way you want to build it with the logic of like how a city planner put everything together, and you'll start to see like how much that kind of research and feedback bleeds into your work. But yeah, hopefully that was a lot of stuff I was just commenting on. Hopefully that was helpful. But poke me, curious, and we can talk more about it if you have any other particular questions, because I think you're either asleep or you're working right now. And thanks, Judd, for linking that for us. All right, we got a bayonet knife. This is seeing some stuff. So this scratching pattern feels very strange to me. I think that might only happen in the roughness, and here it looks like it might be in the normal. And then poly count wise, like you don't actually need these extra edges here in order to, like, this is where the details, like you're paying for geometry that's not doing anything, right? And I mean, even here, you probably don't need that geo, and you can just rely on a normal map to sell those shape differences in the surface of the metal. But yeah, I think when I look at this, the name of the game with this is, if you're shooting for a low poly, I don't think you need to state triangles usually ever. And just like focus on like using the geometry that you place, because like this, you don't need any of that geo here, right? And so like cutting all that stuff down, there's extra loops in here you might not even need. So just keep that stuff in mind when you optimize this stuff down. I think material wise, I mean, it looks pretty aged, and the attention to detail on the wood material looks pretty good. Maybe a bit of rusting around areas where you couldn't really clean it all that well would look really good. But this top view here, where you have that highlight here and then it goes down the side, feels pretty nice. But cool. Hopefully that was. Thanks for the feedback. Hey, no problem. No problem. Carmen, you're next. Whoa. Still getting used to this keyboard, man. Just want to check it here real quick. All right, Carmen, let's go. So this looks pretty cool. Ooh, some moving particles as well. I like it. So this spinning version of it is lit differently than this. That's very strange to me. And then as I go down, I get more differences, I guess, in the way that it looks. Yeah, some of these angles are really cool. Dude, these mushrooms, the ideas with the way you're doing the lighting is really nice. This looks good as well. So the thing that stood out to me right off of the bat is the way that it ends at the top. It's very soft on the edge, and I think if you're gonna go for that sculpt, you might as well do the bark transition into like the flat top feeling with the edge of the bark kind of going up, instead of like that really soft edge. The second thing, just like Polygon and chat is saying, is the presentation is a bit confusing. Like you could post this one at the top, and then I think posting some breakdown images is all you need. Like, I don't think you actually need to post much more than that. Maybe if you wanted to post like a picture of the mushrooms on their own, because like when you start to show the bottom area down here, that's when you start to see the differences in resolution and quality. So like the bark here is quite soft, but then the resolution of the mushrooms is quite a bit higher. Then the grass has a different style or dimension to the way that you decided to build it. I'm almost positive this was a style choice, that you wanted to have it like doing that. I think getting the grass in there more and going for just trying to match the style of what you'd sculpted up here, because this area right here feels super nice, right here, and it's these smaller things that are kind of throwing us off. But yeah, like this is the back of that is just way too dark. But there's emissive stuff, like those like half mushrooms that are up the side of the, like those, you could place a light here or like a backlight just to illuminate it so you're not getting your black pixels. But yeah, see this area, this is the other thing I want to highlight as well, is the attention to detail in the bark is really nice, but the scale of like how sharp it is. Hi, it's me. Hey, how you doing? Happy to have you. The scale of like how sharp the details get, or the size of the sculpting, is different to the door, right? So it's like getting that unification of detail. So like for example, the door and the ladder are probably sitting closer to a detail that than the tree. And I would say the tree is probably the lowest res looking thing, and that is most likely due to the fact that you had to that you baked it, right? So because you baked it, you're limited on the resolution that you can use on the tree. What I would usually suggest doing in the sense of like trying to get this stuff to look higher res to this is to actually make a tileable sculpted bark that you would make in ZBrush, right? And then bring that in on the tree, and then tile it until it has like the same type of density or quality to the door and the ladder. It'll blend in much more with everything else and just kind of like unify the scene a bit more. The style of the base of the ground and the grass just doesn't match the style of everything else. Like this up here alone, you could just make that the thumbnail. Like what's your thumbnail to that? Yeah, the thumbnail's pretty good. But yeah, I would remove this one. It's just conflicting so much with the rest of the presentation. And this one as well, I think it doesn't really, it's not helping the first two images. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. I say it a lot. Hopefully that was helpful. I recently finished my graduation environment, but still received some feedback here and there after I finished it. So I was thinking of still tweaking some things and then update the ArtStation post. Is there anything in here that catches your eye you think looks odd? Let's check it out. Yeah, I'm already in. I like the choice of the text being black and white. Zentrina, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. I passed by a TikTok of yours the other day and I was like, hey, wonder how she's doing. Hope you're well. I'm just gonna, we're gonna boop. My webcam speed is all over the place right now for whatever reason, so I'm just gonna keep going on this. So the camera pans are really nice. I mean, they're always fine, Zendrina. The camera, oh wow, look at that shot. So the camera pans are really nice. They just seem like are the camera pans in post, or are they actually high frame rate camera pans? Because it feels like I can see the frames. The other thing I was going to mention, I'm just going to screenshot this, that I really like that shot, and it's just like, yo, hey, thanks for the resub, Relic. One more to the big 30, yo, dirty 30, let's go. Is getting more. How am I gonna fake this? Can I fake this? Getting more of the ivy in here into the frame, just so that they vary a bit more, because right now they're all very even, and I think if one was just even overgrown a little bit more, that'd be really cool. I can't do it. I am no concept artist. Looks really nice though. The grass here is a little distracting. Yeah, 24 FPS plus motion blur thing, right? Yep. Yes. Yeah, I feel like the grass is just too tall there. The style of the way that the glass is broken here is a little funky feeling as well. Like I can feel the geometry, right? Don't be scared to just like go for it with the amount of geometry needed to make the little glass shards. This feels nice. I kind of wish the lighting angle was different so that you could see more of the reflection moving in the puddle. Yeah, a little bit like what's going on back there. Dang, this is creepy. There's a lot of conflicting stuff. Is this like there's this color, but then there's this, and then this material, and then this material? It might be worth just taking that green and making it the same color as this, just so it doesn't really feel. Yo, look at that. Just so it doesn't feel so different or abstract. Man, I love me some alien lighting. Link, please. I got you. There you go. Your ivy looks pretty nice, man. See, I really like these types of shots just because there's so much more storytelling going on. That's pretty cool, man. Yo, look at that. So when you get detail like this and you have that resolution here, the ground is just flat, right? So you're just missing like these like micro details. I am not even kidding. For a shot like this, just model some little rocks, little pebbles and stuff, and just place them in that focal plane, and a few behind and a few in front, just so that you don't lose the connection between the ground and the fidelity of the assets around it. It'll go a long way. These books feel really stiff to me, and I feel like with the way everything is kind of aged, maybe there'd be a little bit of moisture damage to them. Now, saying that, I completely understand how crazy that's going to have to make a book, trying to make a book look water damaged. So taking something like this and actually, hang on, I'm gonna close the posting just so we don't flood anymore, because there's a lot and I already feel like I'm not going to get to all of them. So just look at what books look like when they soak up water completely, undisturbed, no wind, they don't get flipped over or opened or anything, they just soak up water. That core gets really fat and it kind of stays together, but it just becomes really fat in the middle and then it kind of like leans a little bit to the side. That would tell so much to what's going on here. Hydrate. Hydration alert, guys. Hydration alert. Ooh, dude, these what is going on here, man? This is some sick details. Anyways, this looks really nice, and I think when you look at a shot like this and then you look at a shot like this, there's a clear difference between the fidelity that you're going for. And so you either remove this image from your post or you have to get it to this level. You know what I mean? It's just it doesn't have the same feeling to it. So very nice though, very nice work. I need to look here really. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Followed. Let's keep going here. Alessandro DeBuck. Yo, dude, what? No. Let's go. This is awesome. Dude, I can feel that counter. It's pizza time. wallpaper feels quite nice, and the like the aging here, I would totally get a little bit of that going on here, and you'd be in a good spot, I think. This looks really nice though. There's with the aging that's going on the wall here, I feel like this is really pristine. And if you can get that kind of aging to happen there, even if it's just like kind of like near the bottom, it's a little bit darker, a little bit more desaturated, just aged, like it's seen stuff, you know. I can count the edges just a little bit here, and I think fixing that up could do some wonders. I want to see what happens if we do a few edits here. Yo, this is gorgeous. Okay, so let's just wipe these ones out. I'm just gonna dupe this, and I think we'll move these over here, and I'm just gonna dupe this one again and move it over here for comparison. I'm sorry if I don't get to everyone, by the way. It always happens that there's a lot of them, so I apologize. So let's look at, hey, thank you for the follow. So you can do some some burning, which happens occasionally as things age. Just remember to be desaturating at the same time when you do that type of stuff, because the burning will cause the color to kind of blow out a bit. But you can see, like, just getting some, I mean, you could even take this wood color, this wood material, and then just make a more kind of aged, desaturated one, and then just paint between them to try and get that breakup. Man, this is awesome back here. Let's see what else we're looking at. Some of the other stuff I wanted to try is, like, you can see when we toggle this on and off, there's just some differences in the wood because of that. And those just kind of make it different, right? They make it a little bit more real, just because of those changes in the way the surface is reading to the eye. Let's see if we can't midtones. Yeah, maybe midtones. No. I think some of your materials might be a little bright in the albedo, because this really feels like this back area should be kind of hidden a bit. It's just getting those imperfections, right? That fire is burning. Dude, look at that pizza, though. There really needs to be a pizza done over here. Oh my god, you even have the dough. And who's the chef that's working here? What is this? What is that with the... Oh my god, you got the light switch integrated on the... That's amazing. I mean, is there a reason why this is a different value to this? Is it literally just... Are those different textures? Because I would try and get those matched up. That's going to help a lot. Let me see what else we got going on here. Let me take those highlights, maybe. No? Midtones? There you go. Midtones. Let's go. See all the... There's so much imperfections that are going on in your material, and you're just not seeing them. You get a little bit of a glimpse of it, but it's just not... I'm going to push that saturation down now. But now it's popping out a little bit more, and you're seeing those details. Really nice work, though. And, like, this is probably a really good example of, like, using the high pass. Because you can use it to, like, pop objects out as well. I mean, look what it's doing to the cup edge here. Like, look how crunchy. It might be too much. but maybe not. Oh man, this looks so good though. But nice work. Oh my gosh, look at all the detail up here. Dude, that's super cool. I want to see like cameras panning around with the focal plane moving back and forth and like just rotating around this upper area here, just seeing all the materials reacting to the change in what it's reflecting. And yeah, super cool. Nicely done. Leon, a little bit late, but let's go. You're not late at all. Welcome to the party. Also, don't forget after the stream, War Dog, they'll be streaming and they're going to be doing some hard surface concept and kind of anything reviews. Not sure how long they're going, but you know, they'll be doing it. Okay. Oh, this? Ollie? Oh? Yeah, Ollie himself, man. Oh, look at that. Dude, I get scared of these sites, man. I don't know what's going to show up in these images down below. Probably good to be scared. Even these, I'm like, oh no, please no. What is that? Oh god, it's okay. It's a hand. This looks cool. There's a lot going on here, and it's really, I don't know what this is made out of. I don't know what that surface is. Are these silver bullets? Order archive reprint. Wolfpack, dude, is this a wait? What are they trying to find a werewolf? What is happening here? Brightest full moon of the year. Silver bullets. It's from the apothecary. Dude, this is some story, yo. I'm loving this. Dude, super cool. So when you get paper cutouts, right? When you cut paper out, bring this up here. We'll just crush these guys. When you cut paper out, you're doing it a little bit, but remember to discolor and kind of age it based on like how old the paper is. And like that is some serious ink painting. Like that is a dark ink. Order 1886 vibes, dude. Yeah. Yep. Gunman found dead. I mean, he looked cool. He had a sword, man. No, this is really nice. I kind of go a little bit back and forth on the color choice here. And the silver that's dripped on the side here, in order to really sell that, I would just drip it on the paper a little bit. Yeah, this is really cool though. Is that what they're using to, or that's the cork of the bottle? I would say I want to see the, oh, it's right here. I'm like, I want to see the I want to see the tool they're drawing with. It's a little hard to read the red, but I don't know what else you could do, you know. I don't know what else you could do with that. Really cool. I don't have too much to say. Like maybe the paper shouldn't be so flat. Everything feels very flat, right? So of course this paper's folded. So even if you could grab like some of these points and just like make it blue. I'm drunk? What do you mean? No, I'm not. Shh, quiet. No, what do you mean? Maybe some coffee spills? Yeah, that would be good. Good old coffee spills. You get the rings in there and stuff. Maybe some crumpled up paper. I mean, it's literally like taking the giant map and just adding the cuts where these all are at, and then just bringing some of those points up. Want to stay up all night hunting werewolves? Dude, that sounds fun, man. As a game, I don't want to do that in real life. But man, my camera is like super slow mo. I'm just getting rid of it again. Anyways, really nice stuff. The Hangover guy, you're next, man. Oh wait, yeah, you're next. I posted this on Discord Crypt before, but your general opinion on this piece. Let's check it out. Oh yes, I've seen this one developing. Bocce, no problem. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. It feels a little weird to me that there's no fire or smoke coming out of this arch top. Like, but the colors feel really nice. And dude, the mud is like, this looks like it was a rough battle, you know? Oh my god, that ladder. We did it, boys. Ah, no. Yeah, that ladder has some character for sure. No, this looks really cool. Ooh, look at that. Oh my god. Beautiful. You'd love to see some more brick details. It kind of seems like the brick wasn't phased, right? I mean, this looks like it was pure brute force. This shot right here, like there's so much stuff going on. It's very storytell mode. It is really dark, but I think you're doing a good job with the darkness. Look at all that. Look at all that detail back there. I wonder if you just looking at the colors in the background. I think you could pop your stars a bit more. Just a little bit. Man, I love this spot right here. This is really cool. Needs a dragon, to be honest. Yeah, Tobias, I think you're right. Like the cooling filter in the background. Where is that one? I guess you could go images and then just like photo filter. Either way, I think that because right now it's quite cool back there, but it's in the same palette. It also has cool colors as an option. It's interesting that you chose a red banner because you might maybe playing with a different color banner just to see how it looks. So it's pretty sick though. And this type of play on the brick, I wish there was something that had happened to the brick. It doesn't have to be like damaged all that much, but just showing it's been like dealt like some blows. Like maybe if it was just like a stone hit it or something, but I don't know if there's catapults involved with this. Looks good to me though, man. And the edge here isn't all that sharp, and where it is, you've bent it, it looks like, so it has the details you expect. This inside area here, right there, I would just, oh my god, just blind you. I would just blind you and you're fine. You'll be fine from here on out. Just you add some people. That's pretty hardcore. But see, like, even doing that, see how much that helps other than just like the texture ending there. A damage pass would be nice, yes. I would love to see a few guys just face down in the mud. Like, they're just barely, you can tell they fell early, and then like an entire army went over the top of them going in, and just they're just pushed into the mud and barely visible. Just find some characters and shove them in that mud. You'll be fine. Super cool. This has come a long way. I would say you're very, very close to done. All right, we got another one here. Yo, this is sick. What? Hang on. So you know when they paint on the white there? I want to see some accidental white paint on the rest of the red paint. Oh, I like the material difference. There's roughness difference on the tape there. Oh, nice. With the sticker. Oh, dude, what? What? And then the scene around it? What is happening? Modeled in Blender ZBrush, texture with Substance Painter, rendered in Marmoset Toolbag 4. The environment was done in UE4 with a few Megascans assets. This is a great use of Megascan assets. Because it's framing, it's, you know, it's like hugging. Yeah, Curious, you did miss yours. You did. But don't worry. Don't worry, we got you. The leaves down below here are floating a bit. That's maybe something to address. Oh, this shot's awesome. First two shots are in Marmoset, so these are Marmoset. Dude, look at the textural. Is this just like a 4K? It's pretty cool. It's very, so the one thing I would comment on with these two images in particular is it's very saturated in certain spots. Here it feels pretty good. And man, when you get it further back and it's just kind of in that post, the post work that's happening around it and on the surface, and it's just softening it into the scene. It's doing a lot. It's doing a lot, man. It really needs like that one bird poop. That one bird that just, bleh, you know, 2 4K textures. My God. Looks nice though, man. I want to see you achieve the same look with like 1024s. Polygon and I are on like the same wavelength, man. Yeah, and detail normals for sure. I mean, you could pull this off with a 1024 if you had detail normals, and then you just use a mask to separate out where the paint and the rust is. Because then that mask you can use to like feed in different detail normals. Yeah, that weld line is spicy. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. I really enjoy this one. I need to see what your thumbnail looks like now. So that thumbnail is really nice. Damn, these are all really nice, dude. Yeah, you're allowed to have that that mirror. See, I did it. I debate. I mean, I guess it's very similar to the others, so it holds up quite well. This is a strong portfolio, man. I'll just link that in chat. Gonna link that in chat. All right, Sophie. Hey Jeremy, I'd love some feedback and your opinions on the current project. Yo, let's go. I'll open this one too. Oh man, the inside as well. What? Yo. So this looks pretty cool. I like the idea of the scene. Oh, and there's so many like small easy things that you can do to just like turn it up, you know what I mean? Okay, let's start with this image. Okay, so if we zoom in all the way here, the foliage that you have going on here, the alphas look pretty good, but it's really crispy. I'm not sure if it's like, if you're just really sharpening your image, like with like the sharpen command line. But it's like really, like there's no volume to it, right? So you don't really see where the leaves are on top of other leaves. So it feels really flat. Nomad, get your tea, man. It's gonna be okay. There's this as well. I'm not sure what this is. Is this like a light ray that's coming in? Yeah, I think your sharpening is doing all types of crazy stuff. You can see on like that inner edge there, that might be shadows as well, right here. I think it is shadows on the glass. Anyway, so first let's look at geometry. So you've got very soft normals here, and it's breaking the illusion of the geometry you have added of other stones. So I would go in and just make sure that you get some normal information on there. The edge here is really abrupt, because it goes from this brick all of a sudden to a different material. Try and figure out how to like architecturally hide that that effect. Look at what they do with real churches and see if you can, or structures similar to this, to see how they do these insets and what happens with the material on the inside. I bet there's an extra edge here that's part of the inside that's on the surface. Oh my god, are you guys okay? Are your eyes all right? But yeah, that edge is very sharp. I like what's going on up here, and it's just a matter of blending that effect so that you're not seeing it end here and it's in the normal as well. I think I'm dead. We're gonna invert this background in case I accidentally do that. Like, oh no. Oh, okay, you're safe this time. The other thing is that geometry wise is really low res. Like that's a super sharp edge. It's the same story that's happening here. You could just bevel that, right? Don't be afraid to make this piece its own. Shokri, dude, dropping fat links. Let me see here. Perfect, thank you. Here's one. So like you could have your brick going, and then you could do an alpha cutout of this and have this on top of the brick, so there's just a little bit of overlap, so it's almost like a cap, and then you can just have that as like its own texture, and then you can get that to blend right like this, and it'll go in and it'll be fine. But yeah, so these edges are sharp. I was gonna say, don't be afraid to make this a separate piece that you can then, like, because it's separated, like if you looked at it from the side and we bevel this and you go down, instead of going straight down, if it's separated, you can actually round this and then like bring it up and maybe, you know, maybe it's like that. And because of that, when you go down like this, you're going to get a natural normal edge in here that will end up catching the lighting in just the way where it actually looks like separate stones. So yeah, beveling these edges, kind of cleaning that stuff up, figuring out how to make the bricks on the inside here not look like this detail is placed on top of this wall. It might even be worth just like turning that inner area into some other material that's similar in color and age and tone, but is not the same kind of brick patterns happening. The other thing is the arches here feel like a different stone to the rest, and I think this stuff actually feels like a different building right now. The other nice thing is when you have a building like this and you have wooden doors, those doors can be where all of your color differences come in. I would go crazy with your candles. Instead of just like 1 or 2 or 3, just like 5 or 6 at a time in clusters. And then think about like these stone tiles, right? I would lay them out as if the stone tiles were there, and then start chopping them up and pushing them into the ground and kind of deforming them in order to make sense of how the ground deforms and ages, and how the stones break, and how they kind of like shift to the side. Because like this amount of shifting, that would only happen with like massive water erosion or like crazy root action happening, or some type of earthquake, in which case this place would be down for the count. You can really see the lack of a normal up here as well with the lighting from a distance. It really softens up. Oh, Shokri with more. What's happening here? Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, let's yeah, I mean this might just be a matter of like getting your really looking at the references, because like you can see how deep you're going here. And like if they go deep, the background is pretty smooth, but in other areas it's still quite lifted, right? It's pretty close to the frame itself. So in these areas, maybe these are really close, maybe this is really close, but then this inner area is like smoother and maybe goes in a little bit deeper. Yes. Now for the lighting, it's really kind of just missing getting a hit from up here. I mean, now we're getting too crazy, right? But let's see what else we can do here. You can see you're missing out on a whole lot of range that you could be playing with. So like we brought everything back into range where you can still see stuff, and you're doing a pretty good job of not losing dark pixels, so that's good. Let's mask this, invert that, and then we'll just like paint on the mask. So if you think like, okay, I need to be able to see this pathway, and then obviously these are too bright, and that's a little too bright. But yeah, I don't know what time of day you're going for. The lighting feels very it feels weirdly artificial, and the color of the trees, while I like the color, it doesn't really, there's not a whole lot connecting all of the foliage types together, right? And like for example, the grass normals are all kind of facing different directions, so you're getting a lot of like noise when it could be more like unified. And it's like you could do like subsurface scattering on it, two-sided foliage, and then also like point the normals, the grass up, and you'll get a lot more of a unified look. Then the other thing that's clashing is colors. So like this green, for example, is super saturated. That's like video game stylized saturated. So there's a lot of color clashing going on. If we go and we look at where is it at? If we go and look at the inside stuff, which is super cool, you're suffering from like, see the contrast difference here? Like this this fabric looks like it's not fabric. Like you need to work on the shader and like maybe like the Fresnel that's on there to just really kind of pop the values up a bit more, because the roughness on fabric is quite rough. It's very broad, so there's a whole lot you can do here with just the way it's being lit right now, because the lighting model should match between the two. Like the best thing to do to see this type of stuff in like what's actually happening is to do things where you look at what is it, your buffers, where you look at what's your albedo look like only, and then what's your normal maps look like. Those two usually are the main culprits for when you can debug like what's happening here. This looks like there's some weird normal stuff going on. Maybe the normal is flipped. But yeah, definitely worth looking into. And then there was the other one. What's the one with the cross? This one. So this one's really cool, and I like what's going on here. There's a lot of like areas where like these flowers feel very stylized, and I think just stepping away from that kind of neon green is going to help. Getting candles more around it, I think, will do a whole lot as well. Watch out for this candle. That one's totally like should be falling. And just like where candles are at and where they're placed. So proud to hear you talk about buffers. Get out of here, Bumby. Dude, Bumby's awesome, guys. Everyone cheer for Bumby. Congrats on your game announce, by the way. Super exciting. Candle's trying to climb, man. Yeah, so I mean there's candles that are near the wall. And when they're near the wall, like you gotta have that highlight against it, right? Because those candles are casting light. So just, yeah, think about what you want us to focus on here. And then I think the best course of action is to really like put candles around what you want us to focus on, because it just feels like that's the vibe that you're going for. But yeah, lots of stuff, I know. Hopefully that helps and isn't just like a spew of random. We actually have time for more. How did I get through all of them? Here, I'll open it up again. If anyone wants, you can yeah, the scene really feels like you need to figure out how you want it to be lit. Definitely. Let me allow for more posts. Send images and messages. There we go. Cool. All right, it's open again. Do we spam ArtStation now? Oh, that's you, Sophie. So you want to go for a night moonlight, moonlight, by the way. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, because it's really I mean, right now I feel like you're trying to do a lot with your colors, right? So this is really red, and then this is really green. So unifying your grass with the foliage that's on the building, and then the trees, and just trying to get that all together as one. I think that's going to do a ton. I wonder why my camera is so choppy. Do you see this? That bugs me. Maybe if I just brighten myself up and force it to like adapt. Yeah. Sick. Super bright, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool. All right, we got 2 more posts. I got this shot here. Oh, nice. Mr. Chaos Maker. Dude, basically this was my job application and was made in 3 days. Also, this is one of my first exterior scenes. I've only been doing ArcVis for the last 2 years. I want to know what you think. Let's check it out. So I did post the wrong channel. No. All right. This one, right? So it looks like you're going for a very style. So junior level designer. It's very stylized. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna close the channel again. You guys started flooding it. Nomad, you got your stuff in there. So this looks pretty cool. So I did post on the Rug channel. Yep. I was editing my text. Nice. Just in time. All right. So the colors, the green of the grass itself and the green of the ground don't really match. And I think unifying those together is super key when it comes to like trying to get everything to feel like it's the same space. Water is also quite difficult to pull off. I actually don't really feel all that comfortable commenting on water because I don't know much of it myself. All I know is that that edge where the water meets the land, really work on like that transition. That's key. But yeah, looking at your albedo and kind of bringing everything together, I mean, this is stylized, right? So if you're going stylized, be really careful with how you use photo ref textures, because that's just gonna like fight the painterly look that you're going for. Dude, this light is freaking bright. Can I lower it somehow? There we go. Maybe. Yeah, it works. Cool. The other thing I would say is the trees are all relatively evenly spaced or the same size. I'd get some age in there, right? And then think about like where bushes could be, just to like, it looks like there's some stuff there, just to break up that line. So it's not so like, here's a bunch of trees all the same size. And then these rocks, yeah, I agree. The rocks are kind of, they're weird feeling and they're not very stylized. There's also, you see the plants here that are darker. This is where the albedo, like matching your albedo is going to help you, because like these are quite dark, and getting those up to the same kind of value as the rest of your foliage is going to help a lot. These plants here also, the backside of them looks kind of dark, and maybe it's just a matter of like two-sided, making it a two-sided foliage shader and just pumping up the subsurface or the lighting that gets pushed through it. But I mean, for a first scene, it's quite good, man. It's just really trying to unify and bring all that stuff together. Let's see, Robert. So this is the other angle. Man, this feels like a completely different scene. Like it really does feel like a completely different. That's super interesting. I mean, you know, straight up. What was the other one? The rocks I actually like quite a bit. I find it really interesting. But yeah, it feels like a completely different scene, man. And so I will be super honest. I think if you post both of these together, it will lower the overall quality of the posts. Whereas the other one will probably get you interviews or people going, "Hey, you want to work here?" You know? I mean, I know you're already working, but like that's literally the difference between the two scenes. So like you quit? Oh man. All right, well, I wouldn't post this one in the same. You could actually post this in a separate one, and if you didn't draw the connection to them, you could have another scene. But this one feels like it's lacking a story or a narrative, an understanding of like what the space is, you know? This looks like where everyone eats. And I'm trying to understand. So this is like some type of ivy stuff. It looks like you're using a lot of the same leaf. And like there's very specific dark spots on it, and it gets this pattern going across the surface where you're like, it just looks really repetitive and you're trying to understand what it is because of that. It doesn't make sense to your eyes. Is there a piece of wood sticking through that banner? I like this. And I do really like this as well. I don't know why that piece of wood is sticking through the banner. They're burning banners too, so I guess they invaded this place and this isn't theirs. I would go full on burn city, man. I would like raise this place, you know what I mean? Like it looks like there's some stuff being burnt there. Tear all the banners down, really show they just don't care about this red team. And they're just piled it all up here. Them sitting on it kind of makes it look like it might be theirs. Right? And these are their type of chairs. So watch out for that as well. Yeah, screw those guys. Screw the red team, man. Always cheating. We'll show them cheating. We'll take it by force without cheating. Yeah, this is right now the shot is just very confusing. I don't know what the like there's just details that aren't resonating in the space. And the space is kind of confusing. Maybe a different camera angle. I would play around with a bunch of different camera angles and ask yourself like what's the goal behind the shot? What are you trying to show? What are you trying to tell? But I'd post the other one without this and you'll get more of a positive reaction. And then you can keep working on this one, get it up to that quality of the other one, and then post this one. I don't think you have to scrap this, but I wouldn't post them together because they feel completely different from each other. Let's see here. Matthias, oh, hey, I'm a bit stuck on this scene. Hey, no problem, Doc. Or Robert, I should say. So Matthias is a little stuck on the scene, would like some feedback on the composition and the overall scene. I can't tell if trolling. I can't tell if trolling. Because, I mean, this looks pretty cool, man. See, this is interesting too because the walls are of the same space, right? It's done, looking good. I mean, so you know, with the walls being, it feels like they're from the same space, or they're from a space that exists in someone's attic, and then they've decided like, okay, I'm gonna set up all this equipment and all that, and it's there, but it doesn't look strange. It's pushed back into the distance, right? It's not overly like lit, and maybe that's what you can do with DEF CON with your scene. Like if we go back to that one, actually, where is it at? This one. It's very bright in here, right? Push that brightness towards the things you want us to look at, and really tone down everything else. Because like, dude, look at this. And there's some elements where you see it and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. There's more to this space, right? This shot I really like, and there's some interesting stuff going on here. This one though, this one. Yeah, maybe some of those screens could be off. Or like, you know, when you take a picture of old screens like that, you can catch the banding of the refresh rate. Catch some of that banding. Why not? But this shot looks super nice, and I think if you can get that detail normal on this surface to be either a little lower in strength or tiling more and a little lower in strength, This is, yeah, this looks super nice, dude. Look at the tension from the band on this, on the leather binding. It like gets pulled in, dude. That's freaking crazy. You got to be careful with this type of stuff. Like, it's cool that that's there, but it's gonna like burn stuff. So this is what they call attention to detail. I've been lied to. This is also quite shiny, this material here. Maybe like soften that up a bit. But like, look at that handle. Also quite shiny. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I like this one the most. Or maybe it's this one. Dude, there's some stuff going on here. Those origami animals. It's like a rhinoceros there. And like a, is that a kangaroo? What is that? Is it a dinosaur? Is it Maru? Reference to Blade Runner? It's a rabbit? So I think the brushed surface of this one maybe could use a second look, but that's getting real picky, you know what I mean? Why don't you have origami animals on your desk, then? Because I can't origami? Duh. No, I if I start getting them in the mail, dude, I'll put them all over. They'll go all back here. Origami everything. Let's go. Not yet. Oh, you. Nice attention to detail with the table as well. Yeah, I think some of these screens could be off for sure. And some of the lights on this could be on. That would be cool. See, that screen's off and it's out too. So there's some storytelling going on there. Man, there's even a trash can there. Dude. A lot of work went into this. Yeah, the age on the table itself is really nice. So, and there's even reels over here. What is this? A map over here? What is happening? What is this place? Either way, very good scene. I think you're done. I'm looking at this whole time and I'm trying to figure out like what to do for a thumbnail, you know? We'll just make a layer. Here's a little, I think I did this on the last stream as well. So if you hold down shift and you do this, right? And then you just control backspace, you can fill it. You can see it's just filled color. Then you can paste the image, and if you if you hold down Alt and you move your mouse between the layers, you can click there, and now the image will stay inside of that, right? So, and I can shrink this image as well. So let's go down to here, and then we can then move this around and try and find interesting thumbnails. And every time you want to just update it, you just dupe it all, move it over here, and then instead of that image, you can go to another one, like this one. Let's copy that. Go below this one and paste, and it'll automatically be fill layer. And you just kill that one, and now you have this fill layer. And remember to make it a smart object. That way, whenever you scale it down, like if you go way down this, like you can see, oh no, it's so low res now. Because it's a smart object, it'll retain that resolution. So it'll up-res it again back to its original. Because I would argue you could even get away with that. Like, that's kind of interesting. And when it's a smart object, all this tuning that you do will be saved in these filter layers. Bumby's got some comments. All right, so I have some minor things. The light on the hanging light from the roof looks bright even if it's off, and the ones that are on can probably be brighter. The highlights on the paper was brighter. Yeah, you see, I'm like, oh yeah, oh wow, I didn't even pick up on that. You see the difference in, but this is what you're talking about. These guys, dude, straight up, man. Let's dupe that. I think it's outside of it right now. Yeah. I was gonna paint in there. You probably shouldn't be able to see the bulb. And then let's just grab these. And then we'll Gaussian blur. Screen. Seeing the shadow this is casting would just get wiped out, I feel like. That's very weird that there's a shadow there. We just merge those together. Yeah, the shadows from the other light. But if this light is casting enough brightness, it should be like, it looks like it's hitting here, but it feels like it should be almost hitting all of that. I don't know. I don't have the right angle to be able to tell. But like, dude, this is crazy. And like this all feels very there's a lot going on, and all of it feels good. It looks great. Looks really good. It is 10 o'clock. Let me make sure. Oh, we got Nomad. We're gonna go through Nomads real quick. So Nomad, you were going with a stylized scene as well, and your colors are really what's the word for it? They're very unified. So while they are very saturated, they're kind of pastel at the same time, and that's keeping them quite together. Your grass blades are very straight. I would play with like bending them every once in a while. And then with the tree here, I would try using a tileable material for this and just like UVing to it. And your stones, I see you're using the same one, it looks like. Make sure to rotate those and turn it upside down and whatnot. Ignore the tree, I'm remaking it. All right. All right. I mean, the reality is like the tree up here, this part of it, color-wise, palette-wise, and the way it reads much better to this. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's the other thing that kind of bugs me is the rocks in the background. Like, I'm not sure what that's trying to be. And it might actually be worth having just other rocks back there, or not an entire wall of it. Maybe you can grab some other, like some of these plants and just put them up high so that they just kind of like fake trees and whatnot. But yeah, it's a very controlled environment right now, and I think that's the part that's throwing me off. Like the style of this like stone piece here feels really nice, and everything else feels like it's trying to get to that point, but it just hasn't gotten there yet. I would watch out for like whatever's making it dark in there like that. Your ambient occlusion maybe is too strong. I can't tell. This area feels pretty nice though. Your back walls are very white. Maybe tone those down and then try and add some gradients of like value on the lower part and upper part just to kind of reattach it to everything around it. And then this line is very straight. If you can, I would maybe even bring that support beam all the way down and just remove the beams there. That way you just get some shape breakup. But look at some reference before you do that, because maybe you see something in the reference that you can feed off of. But cool. I'm like all low frame rate, and as you remember, War Dog, they're getting ready to stream. If they're not streaming right now, and they're doing some hard surface portfolio critiques as well as some concept art portfolio critiques and just all around feedback. So let's switch over to them. I'm gonna raid them, so stick around, but don't forget to give them a follow. War Dog Twitch, there you are. We polite. Meant to attract the eye from the visitors. I see. Okay. I will see you guys on Monday. It's been super fun. And low frame rate din out. I'll see you guys later. Peace. I love you guys. Stop it.